Hello, I'm with the coder and the artist of BigPharma. Do you want to tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, sure. So BigPharma is a game all about running your own pharmaceutical company. It's all about importing ingredients, trying to process and combine those in your wacky production lines made of conveyor belts and machines, and then selling your drugs for a profit.
And how long have you been in development?
We've been developing since May this year, so May 2014.
So you didn't go to Res this year then?
No, unfortunately not. We only announced on Monday just gone. So this is like we announced 3 days ago and now people are playing it. It's kind of a baptism of fire.
And today have you had good reviews?
So far, yeah. There's a lot of kind of people quite excited about the premise. Like they're excited by the possibilities that the pharmaceutical industry kind of provides, because there are some kind of shadier practices that we'd quite like to explore, kind of make possible in the game. I think people are excited about that.
Is it easy to understand?
Well, we've tried to make We've not made a realistic representation of the pharmaceutical industry. I don't even know how the pharmaceutical industry works.
Probably nothing like it.
It's probably nothing like it. What we're trying to do is kind of create a simplified kind of version, a version that's still fun, but we want to take elements, and we haven't got those elements in necessarily yet. That's what we want to do over the next 7 months, and kind of take elements from the pharmaceutical industry, again, not realistically, but portray them in some way, you know?
I mean, your line there, research, produce, cure and profit. I wonder if that's the same line that the actual places actually use.
Well, they might publicly, but internally, who knows? Yeah, I think there's a double underline underneath profit, you know?
Well, we don't know. It's expensive business, you know.
So yeah, okay, this is nice. I'm kind of being mean about the pharmaceutical industry. Now Rob, our artist, can say something.
You're missing
nice
like a circle, a little arrow going from profit back to research.
Well,
research is expensive. You know, I'm talking to people who say that you trial these drugs, they take, only 4% or something of all the trials they do actually lead to anything that will actually work. So every time you synthesize something, you test it on animals first. If that works, you test it on humans. If that works, you go on to more trials. That's expensive. And if you've got a 4%, hit rate, then it's going to take lots and lots of money just to kind of get that 1 in a million that's going to work.
So the question we're asking, but we're not necessarily answering it, is it then okay to sell, to get a patent for a drug which costs you 5p to produce, but because you've got a patent, there's no competition, so you can sell it for £10 a pop. Is it okay to do that? No, only because you can then use that money to discover new cures which save people's lives. And we're asking that question, and it's kind of up for the player to decide.
So do you know what diseases are out there, or do you just make the drugs?
So we've taken lots of diseases and afflictions from real life, and we put them in there. The way you produce the cures is nothing like real life, I assume. I hope not. But we want it to be still grounded. We want people to feel like it's kind of a little bit like real life, because if the diseases were just made up, I think you wouldn't get you wouldn't relate to it in the same way. Like if you cure, I don't know, meningitis, and your brother-in-law had meningitis a few years ago, you'll be like, oh, that's cool.
Cool.
Very cool, amazing. I mean, the best game I've ever played. That's what people would think.
So I'm looking at it, it's quite simple design. You've added, you've got conveyor belts. You've got, I guess it starts at one machine, goes into another, then changes it like a real factory. Then are there many levels, or is it just one level that you work on? It's
more like a sandbox kind of tycoon game. So you start the game, and like a few strategy games, it's kind of randomized start conditions. So you have different drugs, different ingredients available to you, and a different marketplace. So when it starts, there'll be different demands for different cures. You might start the game and there's a flu epidemic in place. So straight away the player's like, okay, this time I'm going to concentrate on getting flu drugs. And because everything's randomized, the way you make that flu drug might be different, because you'll have different ingredients available to you. And so there's a lot of replayability, and yeah, hopefully, people can play for a long time.
So they're all randomly generated at the start then?
Yeah, that's right. We want to be able to, it's not in there at the moment, but you can I want it so you can tweak conditions. So if you wanted to, you could play in a place where, I don't know, ingredients are more expensive, or ingredients are cheaper, or maybe where there's more resistance towards certain types of treatments, it's not finalised yet, but you can imagine if there was like a controversial treatment that involved stem cells, then you could tweak a little slider which is like how much people hate stem cell research. So the player will also have a choice over the way they want to play.
This is a bit of a weird question, but have you got a favourite drug?
Oh, no, I've got a favourite side effect. So currently there is a side effect called can cause anal leakage. That's my personal favourite. And one of our players earlier, he managed to make a cream which caused anal leakage. And I thought that was beautiful. And I asked him where you apply this cream. I thought that was funny.
Have you got a favourite?
From the game or in real life? I'll have to go with a nice straight paracetamol for real life.
Yeah, when you're being recorded, that's what
Oh yeah, nothing like that. And I don't know, from the game.
He's played it more than me.
Yeah.
It's not actually in the game.
No.
It's actually not, but it could be. It should be. Yeah, it should be. It's not. No.
Did you do your research at a chemist?
Oh no, a little bit, because I had some medicine like a year ago, and I actually got that old packet out, and I looked at the little leaflet, and it has a list of side effects which are all in the game. You would not believe the side effects on like a painkiller. Like, they can cause breathing difficulties, they can cause fainting, dizziness, heart problems. So that was straight from a chemist. Yeah.
Was that your inspiration? You just looked back and go, I wonder how this was made, and then that was it. You're right.
Yeah, why not? You know, I think it's kind of more seriously for a moment. Oh, it stopped going. You can start it again if you want. More seriously for a moment, I think the reason people are kind of engaging with the games, this is the first time we've shown anybody, I think it's because everyone's gone to a hospital, everyone's taken drugs before. You can take that however you want, which type of drug, and so people can, they understand it in a way that might not be the same with lots of other types of games, that are about kind of fantastical things, and that's awesome too. But this is, a different thing where you can maybe it feels more like real life.
Have you got a favourite machinery?
I think my favourite's the agglomerator. Have we got an agglomerator there, Rob? Can you kind of point to an agglomerator?
Are they actual real machines?
The agglomerator is a real machine, but it looks nothing like this. This one looks more like a sieve with a corkscrew attached. The cream maker looks like a whisk with a massive mixing bowl. I'm guessing that's not how they actually make. Maybe it's how they make creams, like moisturizer.
Industry, I think you do actually get machines that look a lot like that, because I googled them for reference, but as in
all of the kind of the way all of the machines look. This is all Rob here, the artist. So yeah, if anything looks or doesn't look like the real industry, he's the one you got to blame.
So basically, you said to go see a pharmaceuticals company or a factory, and he accidentally went to like a baking factory. Is that where you went?
Yeah, I did.
So you guys happy with the game?
I mean, it's so early. Like, we're 5 months into a 12-month cycle. For that period of the game that we're at, after that amount of time, yeah, I'm super happy with it. It's really coming together. Yeah.
Are you happy as well?
Yeah, I'm really happy. I'm loving the way it's looking, and I'm really happy with it's coming out.
Is it just you two working on the game, or are you just the two that have been sent here?
No, so I own the company Twice Circled. I'm the kind of designer and programmer, and Rob's one of our artists. We've got another artist who does the GUI, and I've got a publisher as well, which is Positech Games, and so they obviously help with publishing stuff.
Is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, don't do drugs, sure, unless they're legal. And also, if you're interested in the game, if you like the look of it, then you can go to the website www.bigpharmagame.com, and there's a link to the development blog. You can sign up to the newsletter. You can follow me at Twice Circled on Twitter, and that makes sure you can find out when it comes out, and you can see all the updates over the next few months.
Is there anything you want to add?
No, I think Tim covered it all.
Right, thanks guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.